Okay, I'm saturated.
Saturated?
Infatuated.
Ooh, hot damn. Does it have to do with the love potion?
Are you starting the recording now?
I'm just rolling with
What
it.
are we going with?
Okay, well, hello there.
Hi.
What's up?
Not much.
Not much?
Just about to watch a movie.
Are we?
Yep.
Is that what we're doing?
Maybe.
Just maybe? I'm Pineapple.
And I'm Lemon.
And we are continuing the Harry Potter saga today.
Full steam ahead.
Woohoo! Here we go! Okay, well, today, we're watching The Half-Blood Prince. It's
Yep.
my favorite film in the series.
Mm-hmm.
And I have read this book
Yes.
twice.
You just skipped ahead, eh?
Yes. I did enjoy the sixth book because it definitely provided like filler for what the movie didn't include. But at the same time, I like what they did with the movie.
This one is just, they have figured out that they want to all start dating. Just in general. And that's what this movie is
Yeah,
about.
I feel like realistically speaking, they should have probably started exploring this a bit earlier on.
They touch on it.
Very small in the movies, but
Yep.
I would assume a bit more in the books. Well, the movie introduces a couple new characters for us.
As the norm is for these movies.
Yes, one character in particular who's been around in the novels the entire time, but we finally get a first glimpse of her come this film.
Mm-hmm.
We learn that she's very annoying.
The movie really played, like, I know we're speaking about Lavender.
Yes.
In the books, like, they do kind of paint her relationship with Ron as annoying, but like in the movie it's like dialed
Extra,
up to
like
11.
200. It's like annoying to the extreme.
Yeah, it's definitely like they're playing into, I guess, like tropes of like the clingy girlfriend.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, I don't know.
It was like young love. You don't really know, like, it's all new.
Mhm.
And you feel like you have like the pressure of like being in a relationship because all your friends are in a relationship. And I feel like Ron just kind of kept with it because he never really received that much attention before.
Yeah, that's definitely playing into, I guess you could say they've talked about that arc throughout the films, like Ron being jealous of the attention Harry receives. So
Yeah, being like sidelined all the time. It's like Harry this and Harry that, and Ron's just the silly sidekick.
I think they run the gamut on a bunch of different emotions throughout this one, but I do think it leans more on the side of like high school drama.
Comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very different feel compared to the fifth one where it's just all like kind of like doom and gloom. A little sad the whole movie. So this film came out in 2009. I almost said 2019. I was like, wait a second, there's not
Wait
a
a
one
minute.
there. That's not that
Something
recent.
wrong here.
Woo! I need a nap. Oh, composer for this one is Nicholas Hooper. Same composer that did the fifth one. Soundtrack is bomb. Y'all should listen to it. If you haven't already been listening to it, oh my goodness, you guys, get on this.
Same director as well. Still David Yates.
Still David Yates, yes.
Hey, Christina.
Yes.
What's the synopsis for this movie?
Oh, yes, right. Yes, totally. Okay, synopsis. Here we go. I have not read this yet, so I'm probably going to stumble over my words, but, you know, as we do. Okay, the plot summary according to IMDb. As a Harry Potter, I feel like you just say Harry at this point.
Nope.
Just gotta specify Harry Potter in
Yep.
case there's more than one. Begins his sixth year at Hogwarts. He discovers an old book marked as the property of the Half-Blood Prince and begins to learn more about Lord Voldemort's dark past.
You know what? Considering like how all the naming conventions of the books are, I feel like the Half-Blood Prince is not the most prominent part of this.
Oh my goodness. I purposely went to read the book. I was like, oh, maybe it's gonna tell me more about the Half-Blood Prince.
There's like a little bit more because
No, I was
Hermione-
so disappointed.
Hermione does a bit more research on it. I don't know what else you would call this movie, but I do find that the Half-Blood Prince is not the best
Death of
title.
Aragog. Sorry.
Wow. That's
Set
what
up
you're going with?
set up for the finale.
Yeah.
Draco's shining moment.
Something with Horcrux would have been better.
Intro to Horcrux.
Yeah.
Horcrux 101.
It's Maddy here. We just want to acknowledge that although we are watching the Harry Potter series, we do not agree with the negative remarks made by J.K. Rowling towards the trans community. While we, and we're sure others, have grown up watching this series, it's awful to see how many people have been hurt by the words and actions of the author. We understand how this series can be difficult for some, so please watch only if you're comfortable. We want to create an inclusionary space within our YouTube community, and we will not tolerate hate. This video will not talk any further about the author's remarks, but will instead focus on the movie itself. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope you enjoy. Put down my tea
On my salsa.
before the apocalypse happens.
The taking of a bagged man who is very clearly Ollivander. That's the secretive about it.
You're supposed to.
Yeah,
just
there's a
figure
bag
that
over
out.
his head, but did it really matter? Like, he clearly knew who was kidnapping him.
Yeah.
Hey, I was wondering.
11. That's when I get off.
He didn't even do anything. He was just like there.
It's not even, like, has he been frequenting this place for her to be like, I like you, let's go out? It's not like a 30-second interaction. It's like, yeah, dude, let's go out.
Do people just like, I can't think of the better word for it, but like cold call, like ask people out anymore?
I've had that happen to me.
At like a bar?
No, like
Or just out in the
school. And
That's a little bit.
I've had someone stop me in the hallway. I've had someone come up to me while I was eating my lunch.
like pure strangers.
Oh, 1,000%. Everyone at school knows who Harry Potter is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was almost a bit refreshing for Harry to kind of get that, like, I think she knows that I'm Harry Potter, but she doesn't know anything about me.
Yeah.
So it's like he's not the boy who lived kind of thing.
No need to disfigure me, Elvis.
Let's say hello to Jim Broadbent. Hello, Jim Broadbent.
Hello.
Welcome to our movie universe.
Hello, welcome.
Where did Dumbledore go?
Say goodbye.
Can you just drop someone off while
think
you're
you have to-
apparating? Like,
You'd have to land and then disapparate.
but then he was just like gone. He wasn't even there.
Yeah. Also, why would you drop him in the swamp?
Yeah, that was just mean.
The character of Narcissa Malfoy is so interesting and complex, but they never discuss it in the films.
She's very rarely in it, and if she is, it's just about Draco.
Mm-hmm.
There, that's your exposition for who Fenrir is.
Fenrir, Greyback.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you need, even though he's been here this whole time. Feeling up a wardrobe.
Yeah, really caressing it.
I wonder if the wardrobe leads them to Narnia.
That would be quite the crossover event.
It would. Should we vouch for this crossover episode?
He's lovely.
There's Arnold.
Arnold!
What a silly looking thing.
It's like, what is it? A Furby? But like a ball.
Yeah.
Thought I'd continue for another 2 years.
What's that supposed to
And Blaise Zabini finally makes his first appearance in Harry Potter.
I'm here.
Even though he's been here this whole time.
But now he's officially here.
Doesn't really look like the same dog from the back. Do you know what I mean? It looks like a completely different breed of dog.
We gotta see his face.
And that was...
They're so aggressive about it.
It's such a realistic thing though too. I'll fight you for that new book.
It doesn't matter.
They're the same book.
Yeah.
smell differently to each person according to what attracts them. For example, I smell freshly mown grass.
This feels like a very personal thing.
It is a very personal thing. Like, I don't know why she decided to start going into detail of what things she finds attractive.
Yeah, like in front of not only your peers, but also a teacher.
If you smelled it, what 3 things would you smell?
Do you have any off the top of your head? I'm just trying to think.
Sunscreen,
Okay.
freshly mowed grass,
Yeah.
campfire.
Mine are all like candle smells. Vanilla candles, caramel candles.
Manages to brew an acceptable draught of living death.
But you need to make a draft of living death.
I know. It's like
Living death could literally kill anybody in this room, but I want you to make it. But you can't test it
no.
because otherwise you'll die.
Yeah.
Potentially. Or if you botched it, who knows what'll happen.
Weird thing about this potion, you could die from it. Have fun.
But it's totally safe for me to teach you in this classroom.
So does the potion burn you up?
I don't know. One drop would kill us all.
Great.
Oh, you made a whole cauldron of it, though.
Yeah. Now what? How are you gonna get rid of it? You pour it down the drain?
Poof, it's clean.
But I notice you spend a great deal of time with Miss Granger.
Dumbledore's pinned it, guys.
I just that's so weird to me that he brings that up at all.
Dumbledore?
Yeah.
It's a funny thing to bring up to a student.
I
I've
know.
noticed you and so are spending a lot of time together.
They've literally spent all their time together since first year.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not like anything new is going on.
One of all the people I just find it interesting that he pins like Harry and Hermione, not Hermione and Ron.
Yeah. Harry and Ron spend more time together. Dumbledore, you didn't mention that.
We're gonna learn what the Ponsive is now.
We already did a little bit.
Oh, well, a little bit. We didn't go
It
into.
didn't look like that.
Yeah, it definitely changed it a lot. They made it portable this time.
Yeah, so Dumbledore can bring it around with him.
Follow me around, Ponce, so that I can decide if I want to look at a memory now or not. It's like your own portable like DVD player. I'm gonna just whip out my phone and watch a movie now.
Portable VR set.
Virtual reality immersive experience.
Truly. Somebody singing.
Someone is singing. I think she agrees with our points.
I can make animals do what I want without training them.
Well, that would be nice.
As the puppy is crying in the background. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about you.
We're talking about you.
I'm different.
Prove it.
Prove that you're different. I'm gonna light your wardrobe on fire. Because this isn't the one that leads to Narnia.
It's because you need new clothes.
He has no clothes in it, though, when he opens it. It's just a box.
They got burned.
He just incinerated the clothes.
Tom Riddle grew close to one particular teacher. Can you guess who that teacher might be?
McGonagall. No, wait. That's not it. That's not my guess.
Oh, wait. She's her.
It's Hagrid.
Hagrid. It's always Hagrid.
So, like, so Hagrid was in 3rd year when Tom was in 3rd year. So then Tom is in...
No, Tom was in...
Okay, he was in...
6th year when Hagrid was in 3rd year.
Okay, this proves my point more. So Tom was in 6th year and Hagrid was in 3rd year.
Yeah,
and
'cause
Slughorn
Tom
was
was
his professor.
Yeah.
Slughorn and Hagrid are how many years apart?
It's really difficult to see all the little Easter eggs that are in the Room of Requirement without like starting and stopping each like second almost. But there is right behind there's the harp that was playing in the first one, Fluffy's harp. There's also a couple chess pieces hiding around too in there.
There's also something that's going to be important in the 8th one.
Yes. When I was rewatching that scene, I was trying to figure out where it was in relation to the wardrobe to see like how close they actually were this entire time.
Yeah.
It was right under their nose. Though I appreciated the continuity with the fact of the gramophone playing. It's still in the 8th one too. They remembered to put that in there. So I was like, yes, continuity.
Yo, it would take a lot for me to cheer somebody on in the cold like that.
Yeah, right? I'd be like, I'll catch you later.
Yeah, maybe if we're doing indoor Quidditch. Draco's outfits are so My Chemical Romance this year.
It really is. He went from like wearing... They went from wearing their uniforms all the time to now all they do is wear normal clothes.
Yeah.
And then Draco's just wearing basically a suit the whole time.
It's pretty rare for them to be in their uniforms anymore.
Right?
Because they don't care about classes anymore.
No. Well, I mean, as we go through, you kind of understand like the classes are not really that important anymore
Yeah.
than the greater picture. And Hagrid just knows to be there in that specific moment.
We needed somebody that could pick up another human with ease.
Hagrid, that's your cue?
Yep.
Stage left, please.
When something happens, it is always you three.
Believe me, Professor, I've been asking myself the same question for 6 years.
I feel like it should be 5 years, not 6 years, because the first year is when all this stuff started happening. So you wouldn't really start questioning it until it started happening the second year.
It would be confusing to mention 5 years in the 6th movie. It's for our little
Do
brains.
the
It's for our little brains.
Okay, fine. McGonagall's just staring at Harry, and then she flicks at Snape, and it's hilarious.
She's like, how do I work with this man?
She's like, okay, we're done now. You guys need to go.
Send them on their way.
So what is it he sees in her?
I don't know. You know, she's got nice skin.
Skin? You're saying Dean's dating my sister because of her skin?
Well, no.
This is such an awkward conversation for the two of them to have.
In the open with their roommates listening in.
I know. They don't even
You know what would
show.
be really funny is if like Neville or Seamus decided to chime into the conversation. Because Neville did go to the Yule Ball with Ginny, and Dean, if he's also sharing a room with them, is currently dating Ginny.
I'm sorry, sir. I was just admiring your hourglass.
Let me find something in the room and point at it. I was just admiring this.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
It is a really cool hourglass, and you almost wish that they kind of like went into a bit more detail about it.
Yeah.
All they say is like it moves faster when the conversation is stimulating, and that's kind of it.
What a cursed object to bring to like a dinner party.
I'm a get one of those, put those at my dinner parties, and right in the center as like the centerpiece, and so we'll all know.
Feel bad.
This conversation sucks. Do better.
Though I think Harry enjoyed dessert.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
His face there is so good.
He's like, Hermione,
Excuse me.
I might hurt you.
Hermione always makes jokes about like the girls Harry likes, but it's weird when they're talking about one, Ron's sister, but also her friend.
Well, yes. They don't really discuss that a lot in the film, though, that Hermione and Ginny are really, really good friends. Like, they're like best girlfriends, essentially. I feel like I understand why Hermione is upset, but at the same time, she shouldn't be as upset as she is because she didn't do anything to progress the relationship with Ron.
You can't control your feelings though. If the person you like is with somebody else, that can still hurt.
But they weren't like, they just got together in that moment. She's had how much time?
Yeah, but she's also under the assumption that Ron's just a bit dense about this kind of stuff in general.
Well, you shouldn't make an assumption about that though. Like you shouldn't make the assumption that like he's not desirable to anybody but me, so one day Ron will clue in and he will ask me out.
I think neither of them have the guts to ask
the other
out
because they've been friends for so long.
Yeah, because like Lavender just really went for it.
True.
I don't think Ron would have made a move on Lavender.
No.
I see the way you look at her.
Harry's like, what are you talking about? There's been no indication that I've liked Ginny.
Right?
Until just this movie.
Yeah, honestly. Like, that's the thing that always bothered me the most. So they didn't really set up that relationship at all. And then all of a sudden we're just supposed to be cool with it. It's a really cool effect though.
But like, you're just so mad at someone you sent birds after them.
She conjured the birds. They're supposed to be charms.
Oh, I know, but still.
I know. You're so mad that you send them up.
Yeah.
See, I never understood why Hermione was never in the train with them to be like the compartment with them to begin with. She was in another one and then came to say hi and then decided to peace out.
Just for that reason, so she could walk past.
Dramatic.
This
cake topper
skater
bomb.
I was always like, why did they throw this in here though?
Or not, you trust Dumbledore's
Hey,
judgment.
Hedwig!
Hedwig's in the background so much this movie.
Yes. They're trying to get her some screen time.
I love it.
Is it her contract?
Yeah.
Contracted for so many hours.
Don't you trust me?
They're so weird about this kind of stuff.
This whole scene is just the most awkward and unnecessary thing.
Let me feed you. This part.
Ugh. So they're just so awkward together.
You could have like cute scenes between them and I would be fine with it, but all the ones they pick are really strange.
Weird and they seem forced.
Yeah.
It's not natural. It's like, oh, your shoelace is untied. I know you're a grown ass man and can do your own shoelace, but I'm gonna do your shoelace up for you. So half of the family runs out into the wheat field.
Yeah.
The other half are just hanging out in their bedrooms, are unaware of the ring of fire around their house.
They're asleep.
But then when we get back to the house, because it's getting blown up, everyone's outside, emotionless.
Well, because no one wants to get blown up.
Well, yes. So would if we were to do like a behind the scenes in this moment, would Molly have been like, kids, get up?
I would think so.
We're being attacked by Death Eaters. Your sleeve is in the pensive. It's gonna get wet.
Yeah, like it's dripping. So then Harry's face should be dripping when he.
His sleeve should also be dripping because it was in the water.
It was on your bed, the box.
Looks like he's wearing those like slipper socks, but they kind of look like Uggs.
Yeah.
Hermione.
She's saying Hermione.
He's saying, "Ow, I hurt my knee."
Shut up.
Oh, Hermione, you're getting everything that you wanted.
Ron is comatose. He's being nice to me. If the prince treasured this potions book so much, why did he return it back to the classroom?
Maybe it was stolen
And then brought back to the classroom.
and just sat in his classroom for years.
You never know what you'll find up here.
I can't tell if she's trying to be like mysteriously sexy, but it's just not working.
She's like, you'll never know about this room of requirement that you used all of last year and very much know what it can do.
Yeah, right?
I can stay hidden up here too if you like.
And then she just exits the frame.
She very clearly did not wander that far away to hide the book, so...
She's just crouching somewhere.
I've got a really good feeling about Hagrid's. I feel it's the place to be tonight.
I wonder why they made the choice. Like, it's supposed to make you lucky, not like off your rocker.
Like you're on something?
Yeah.
Harry!
Sir.
It's really wonderful.
The sass.
Sassafras.
So we, like, the idea being spiders shrivel up when they die.
But that's a lot of shriveling up.
Why is he so small?
He's like...
He's like one of his children.
Yeah, he's way too small than what he was originally speaking in the second one. I mean, thank God, I'm glad he's dead.
But still.
It's way too small. I think they kind of just forgot how big Aragog was.
A weird thing to forget.
And like, you know, there was like no reference material or anything that they could have used.
No idea what he was like even then.
Cunning, resourceful,
Sneaky.
charismatic, snicky snake, can speak to snakes.
Speaky snake.
Speaky snake.
One splits one's soul and hides part of it in an object.
So like, okay, Dumbledore knows what a Horcrux is.
Mm-hmm.
So is this just establishing that Slughorn told Voldemort? Like, can Dumbledore already assume this?
I think he could. I think he was just wanting confirmation.
But it's not stopping him. He's still been doing the same thing.
Yeah, I know. I think it was just kind of like to what extent, right? Because originally, like, so they only know about potentially 3.
Yeah.
This, they find out there's 7.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of like, I think what Dumbledore was looking for, like how many Horcruxes would Tom consider making?
To rip the soul into 7 pieces.
Slughorn doesn't come off that badly in this conversation.
No, he doesn't at all.
Like, he's very much telling him not to do it. It's not like it's forbidden to talk about certain things.
No.
I must ask too much of you, Mary.
Way too much.
Yes.
Have you ever considered that you ask too much, that you take too much?
Oh, if only we had just said that.
I considered it Snape. I did.
Hey! We apparated just outside of a cave in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, I couldn't get in the cave, eh?
But yeah, we couldn't get in the cave.
Couldn't make it easier. Right beside where the locket is might be a good chance of actually getting there easier than taking a boat.
Would they swim or did they fly or did they hover?
They hid it in the edit.
My precious.
Ooh.
Got a gang of golems.
This is where they came from. See, they never actually say what they are in the movie, but they are called in Fury.
Yes. Reanimated corpses.
Reanimated corpses.
How does fire work underwater?
Magic. Magic fire. That's not the answer that I wanted.
No.
But it's the answer that you got.
Apparently.
This was also the book cover, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's Canadian too. Apparently the American ones are different.
Well, yeah, because the Americans go Sorcerer's Stone, not Philosopher's Stone.
Yep.
Oh, good morning, Draco.
Draco's in his bed, all tucked in.
He's in the hospital wing, actually. He had time to get changed.
Yeah, you can't
and then head to the
let the Death Eaters in your pajamas.
No. You gotta get in your suit, and then you gotta head to the room of requirement to let your
look fancy
family in.
I'm the half-blood prince.
Oh, that's it. Roll credits.
He's the Half-Blood Prince.
Snape is what?
How is that even possible?
Blown. Everyone knows exactly what spell to use.
Do you think there's a first year that's like, I don't know how to do this one?
Well,
Which means it was all a waste.
well, I wouldn't say that.
I would kind of say that though.
Like, it was a waste, but you also learned valuable information from it too.
But the trip itself, they could have just not done it.
True.
I never realised how beautiful this place was.
Took you 6 years to realize
What? That's like the first thing you thought of when you saw this place.
that?
They just like gave Ron no dialogue in this scene.
They're like, just sit there and relax.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need to do.
That's all she wrote.
That is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. There's a lot to unpack in it, yet there's also not a lot to unpack in it. I mean, the biggest thing that we learned from the whole Cruxes.
Yeah.
We've already destroyed 2. Found a third's a fake.
Yeah, like Voldemort's not in this one in his present day form. It's only flashback Voldemort. It's always interesting to see when he actually pops up in which movies. So really, there's not like a villain in this one?
No, in the sense of like evil. No. Some people would say like, oh, the bad person is Snape.
But there's not like an antagonistic force throughout it, like causing problems, which is why I think there's more drama just among like the kids.
Oh, that's
like they're causing the issues.
Well, that's where you feel like it's definitely more of like they're in high school. Well, and the fact like even the whole like Dean and Ginny thing, the fact that like they were in a relationship at the start of the film, were very clearly having issues partway through the film, but then it was never clear that they were broken up. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, when Harry goes to see Dumbledore, Ginny goes and comforts him, and Dean's like perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, they never...
I mean, like, understanding the circumstance, like, obviously he's not going to throw a fit when, you know, their headmaster just died. But at the same time, it's like, you're cool with this?
Yeah, they never actually established that Ginny and Dean have broken up.
Yeah. At what point in time was there this clear, everyone knows that you guys are broken up?
Maybe Dean kind of knows in the back of his head that Ginny does like Harry since she was, like, little. We just want it to make sense. Like, let the characters know each other and actually have conversations. Not just like all of a sudden Ginny's in on everything this year.
Well, I think we're like, that's where this one would have done really good as like a season, like a TV show, because then you would have been able to explore those a bit more. Whereas, you know, you have 2.5 hours to throw in a little fluff, but at the same time, you're really just trying to push out all the main plot points to get you through 7 and 8.
I think my problem is like they do have scenes with the two of them together. They're just always really awkward. Like,
yeah, I just don't know if it just wasn't written well or the actors didn't have like strong chemistry, but it just always seems super awkward, super forced. It's just so flat, and it's like, I know what you're trying to do, but you're not achieving it.
Yeah.
It's just real awkward.
Which I'm fine with the idea of like seeing somebody in a different light. But you gotta show that.
Like, you gotta show the realization, whether it's like she does like a hair flip and he's just like, oh,
I just wanted to do like a badass Quidditch move and him be like, oh, she's awesome. But there's none of that. Yeah,
the relationships are just a little wonky, I think.
Yeah, the whole will they won't they with Ron and Hermione does feel something that the movies expand on in a different way than the books. It just kind of happens in the books, but in this, like, Hermione's clearly pining for Ron. It just makes Ron seem dense. and
yeah, it does.
I don't know, it
like,
just
he's
seems
definitely
weird.
not the most intelligent person, but he's not dumb.
Yeah,
like, he does notice things, but at the same time, it's like, you gotta, it's on both parts, right?
Yeah,
it can't just be a one-way thing.
Draco's actually in this one, and he's doing things.
This is like the Draco movie,
but he still doesn't talk very much.
He doesn't have a lot of speaking.
He's by himself.
Yes, he's very much isolated himself. You don't really get like his sidekicks in it a lot either. So it's very interesting to see Draco on his own versus Draco with Crabbe and Goyle and Blaze and Pansy. Though I think like if they had added in some of the, like, the background, it would have made for a more rich story, like from a film perspective. Might have been like, you know, added on an extra 20 minutes, but I would love to see that 20-minute scene of Voldemort saying, you must do this or you will die.
And like, that's just a problem with adaptations regardless, like book to film, you're gonna have to like, cut stuff out, you're gonna have to leave things like differently than they are. I think it's just the sake of like they wanted these big reveals at the end of the movie that they did, one, kind of rush into it, and then two, just gloss over the particulars. They're just like, this is what happened, don't worry about it.
Yeah, this is the end, that's it, that's all you need to know.
But also it's nice to have a story that just makes sense as its own movie without having the supplementary books as well, because you're gonna have people that don't have the other information.
Definitely. I mean, like, I watched the movie before I read the books. Me watching the movie and enjoying it as much as I did made me want to read the books. I wanted to know what they left out.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot more. So then now when I go back and I watch the movie, I have a completely different appreciation for it because I know all like the behind the scenes that's not actually included. So the story makes a lot more sense.
Anything else on this one?
Y'all should actually watch the full thing. It's real good.
I hope that's true for any of these, because these are just a glimpse of the actual movie. Thank you for watching with us. We hope you enjoyed the video.
It's been a slice.
If you want, you can subscribe to see more of our videos coming down the pipeline.
The pipeline. That's so weird.
Sorry, let me take it again.
Let us know if there's any TV shows or movies that you would like us to review and give our 2 cents opinions on.
And we hope to catch you on the next one. See you later.
See ya! Definitely worth, sitting down with a bowl of popcorn and some butterbeer.
To last you 16 hours to get through all the movies. Probably more.
All of them.
What is it, like 20 hours, do you think?
I don't even know. They're all averaging about 2.5 hours.
19 hours and 39 minutes.
Oh, there you go. I was wrong. 19 hours.
Without stopping. However, if you factor in breaks, it will take more than 20 hours.
No. You don't say.